Hello, this is Professor Blazer, and in this brief video clip, I'm going to show you how to upload files into the course Dropbox. What you're looking at here is simply a practice shell. It's all but empty. However, it has all of the same attributes as our own course shell. So to upload a document into the Dropbox, the first thing you'll need to do after arriving here at the home page is to come up here to the navigational bar or nav bar and click on Dropbox. This will open all of the Dropbox folders. You have a whole menu of options here. Again, this is just a practice shell. But what you'll be looking for is a folder with the same name as the essay assignment that you're about to submit. I've just constructed here a folder simply called test just for this demonstration. So click on the folder name and it opens it up. First thing you most likely will see is a rubric that I'll be using to give you some feedback on this particular essay. Once you've uploaded the essay and returned to this Dropbox, you'll be able to take a look at the rubric after it's been filled in, where you'll see checkboxes as to how you scored amongst these various criteria. But let's just scan on down past these rubrics to where it says Submit Files. It's pretty simple. You just click on Add File. Then you can click on Upload to search out this file on your computer. As it says here, you can also drag and drop files into this little box here. That feature only works for Chrome or Firefox. It does not work for Explorer. In either case, we can click on Upload to go looking for our file. If you come over here, you'll need to find where you've saved it, perhaps in your documents, perhaps in a flash drive, which might be under computer. So in our documents, we find the item that you're looking to upload. Mine is just simply called sample document. Let's go ahead and add that document. We see that now it is here, ready to be uploaded. All we need to do is click on Done. But we're not done yet, right? It's a little misleading. You've just clicked on the word done, so you would assume that you would be. But the final step, and the step that some students will overlook, we see here the file is waiting. It has identified it, but down here below this comment box, we have the word submit. We have to click on this word submit or it will not actually submit this. You see here there's also a comments box. You could add a note here if you like. This is particularly useful if you are uploading one of your major essay assignments. Of course, I ask that you upload both a complete draft, the draft that you will be peer reviewing, as well as the final draft. So you could consider using this dialog box to perhaps label them clearly. For example, you might write, "This is my complete draft." Okay? Or "This is my final draft," if it's your final draft. So again, we click on Submit. I think why this is often misleading for some students is if they haven't maximized their screen, the Submit box, the Cancel box, might be below where your window terminates. So use those up and down arrows to find it or maximize the screen, but just make sure the final step is click Submit. Okay, so as you see here, it says the file submission is successful. We could take another look at our document right here if we wanted to. Scan down here, it tells us when. It also tells us that the confirmation email has been sent successfully, and of course that email is sent to your Falcon Mail account, so you'll want to be checking there to make sure you've gotten that confirmation message. And we're done. So click on Done, and you'll see here after you've uploaded a file under Submissions, whereas before it may have just been a dash, now you will have a number. Okay, if you click on that number, you will see your documents that you've uploaded into this particular Dropbox. Okay. Now, prior to making this video, I had previously uploaded a sample document into this same folder, and you see here that it has had some time. Down here it says in progress, and what the current file that I just uploaded is doing is it's currently being run through Turnitin.com, and it takes it a few minutes depending on how large the document is, how many sources it's using. It may take upwards of 30 minutes, but if you do check back here, it'll have generated this similarity index. Tells you what percent of that material can be found in other sources, whether those be websites, other published documents of some sort, or perhaps other student submissions that have been previously uploaded to Turnitin. Now, to view that report, we would click on the color-coded box here. If you have not been into Turnitin.com for some time, usually the first screen that will come up is a disclaimer that asks you to acknowledge that you are 13 years of age or older. So you want to just click on that, and you're in. Okay, so you'll see a PDF copy of your essay. As you can see, it has identified, I've kind of written a silly little sample here. It has identified a sentence, the sentence right here. This is a sample document. It did find that this particular sentence can also be found in another student paper. Now, of course, as I review these reports, if I find a match to such a simple statement such as that, I am not going to consider that some act of plagiarism. Obviously, you will have some similar sentences in other essays, right? The critical thing will be you want to ensure that as you look over your document and find, where there is overlap in a source over here. If it was a source that you were using and citing in your paper, you want to just double check and make sure that you are attributing the source correctly in your document. Quotation marks around direct language, and make sure you're using signal phrases or citation and documentation to ensure you've credited the original source. It will highlight things that are appropriately cited and documented. This is not a plagiarism index, this is just a similarity index. Okay, so just bear that in mind and don't freak out when you have a percentage. Okay, well, that is how you upload a document to the Dropbox. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know via email. And one last thing, of course, after I've had a chance to assess your document, you'll want to be returning back here to the Dropbox. I can't unfortunately show you exactly what it would look like for you because I am not a student in the course. But when you return along with this similarity index, you're going to see a box that mentions some feedback. Okay, so when you return to the Dropbox, you want to click on that feedback, and what you're going to see, as I said before, is a rubric filled out, also an audio file that you can click on, in which you'll hear my voice, much as you're hearing in this video, explain to you what your strengths and weaknesses were in that essay.